Welcome to 10 minutes of BPTV News brought to you by Bình Phước Radio Television Station and Newspaper. I'm the one now following are the headlines as usual. Exciting summer activities held for Bình Phước children. Efforts made to preserve the new Prize Festival of Young People. Success in COVID-19 combat reflects Vietnam's mettle and wisdom. Foreign service providers pay around $317 million in tax over 9 months. And later on, reality demand gains strength amid economic recovery. And now are the details. A 2023 summer program with the theme Joining Hands to Reduce the Vulnerability of Children was held in a flexible manner and took into account the specific circumstances of Bình Phước, according to the Province Summer Steering Committee.
Some activities included a range of entertainment, games, performances, and educational options that were well received and appreciated by both parents and the general public. Among the highlights were digital transformation activities, club and group initiatives, and campaigns promoting accident and drowning prevention. During a conference reviewing some activities in 2023, delegates from districts, towns, and local youth unions engaged in discussions aimed at improving the effectiveness of future summer programs. The focus was on enhancing volunteer campaigns, implementing exam support programs, and gathering suggestions to better organize summer activities next year. On this occasion, numerous groups and individuals were also honored for their outstanding contributions to the Summer 2023 program.
The Department of Culture and Information in Phú Riềng District, Bình Phước Province, recently arranged a revival of the New Rice Celebration Festival of the Student Ethnic Minority People in Bình Trung Village, Phước Tân Commune in Phú Riềng District. The purpose of the revival was to preserve the traditional cultural values of the student ethnic community.
The New Rice celebration is a significant traditional festival for the Stiang that's been celebrated for generations and is closely intertwined with rice cultivation. It holds a special place in the ethnic minorities' culture, symbolizing gratitude to the deities for a plentiful harvest, favorable weather, and abundance and joy. The revival adhered to the rituals and traditions of the Stiang community in Phú Riềng District. The focal ritual of the ceremony summons and expresses gratitude to the rice deity and is performed by respected village elders chosen by the community. Following the worshipping of the rice deity, the sound of gongs rang out in harmony with dances performed by the village elders and young Stiang boys and girls. Attendees and guests also enjoyed signature Stiang dishes such as bamboo tube rice, bamboo soup, and grilled meat, as well as rice wine. The New Rice Celebration Festival and the Stiang ethnic minority community in Phú Riềng District in particular, and in Bình Phước Province in general, gradually faded away due to multiple factors. This revival therefore contributes to preserving the traditional cultural values of the Stiang people.
The Mái ấm gia đình Việt, Vietnamese family home game shows were held recently at Nguyễn Du High School in Bình Phước Province's Đồng Xoài City to raise funds for underprivileged students.
Hosted by charming MC Quỳnh Linh and in the presence of two guests, meritorious artist Phương Hằng and singer Hồ Việt Trung, the program created a lively and enjoyable atmosphere for the audience. 12 students from Bình Phước and nearby Đắk Nông, Lâm Đồng and Tây Ninh provinces took part in the program. After overcoming challenging games, the students were presented with funds to support their families and education and to fire their dreams. Mái ấm gia đình Việt is a reality TV show with the purpose of mobilizing donations to support orphaned students around Vietnam.
The success in combat against the COVID-19 pandemic has once again reflected the spirit, mettle, and wisdom of Vietnam, which dare not step back in the face of every difficulty and challenge, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính said on October 29.
On October 29, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh head of the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control, chaired a national hybrid conference reviewing the COVID-19 pandemic fight. Participants shared the view that right and timely decisions appropriate to each stage of the pandemic have been issued, enabling Vietnam to slow down the spread, prevent the outbreak, and gradually curb the disease in a short period of time. Reviewing the unforgettable moments of the combat, Prime Minister Truyền said the COVID-19 fight demonstrated the solidarity and patriotism of the entire nation. The success in the combat against the COVID-19 pandemic has once again reflected the spirit, mettle, and wisdom of Vietnam, the Prime Minister underscored. He also affirmed that the steering committees for COVID-19 prevention and control at all levels have excellently fulfilled their duties and now wrap up their role.
Foreign service providers pay around $370 million in tax through the online portal serving taxpayers engaging in e-commerce and business activities in the first 9 months of this year, according to the General Department of Taxation.
The General Department of Taxation said that the amount was paid by 62 foreign service suppliers, including the tech giants Facebook, Google, Microsoft, TikTok, Netflix, Apple. Thus, Vietnam is one of the 4 pioneering countries in ASEAN to collect tax from these foreign service providers. This is an important step affirming the country's tax management authority over e-commerce business activities from cross-border digital platforms, according to the agency. The online portal has received data from 351 e-commerce platforms, including transaction data of more than 34,000 organizational suppliers in Vietnam, 136 organizational suppliers in other countries, 214,000 individual suppliers in Vietnam, and 7 individual suppliers in other countries, the department said.
With the drastic direction of the government, ministry, sectors, and localities, industrial production in the last months of 2023 will improve, according to experts.
According to the General Statistics Office's quarterly production and business trend investigation report, 76% of enterprises operating in processing and manufacturing forecast their production and business activities in the fourth quarter will be more positive or remain stable compared to the third quarter, and the remaining think their operations will be more difficult. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, reputable international organizations maintain their positive forecasts on Vietnam's economic outlook in 2023 and the coming time. The implementation of policies to help solve difficulties for enterprises, and the State Bank of Vietnam's moves to loosen monetary policy and reduce interest rates are expected to boost business and production in the coming time.
The real estate sector is finally emerging from its slumber as the economic recovery in the third quarter of the year has triggered a resurgence of demand for realty properties.
Picking up in the third quarter with a quarterly GDP growth rate of 5%. The optimistic outlook has fueled demand for housing across the spectrum. The State Bank of Vietnam has given another push to the market by cutting policy rates 4 consecutive times since March. The drops in interest rates make home ownership increasingly affordable to a broader range of buyers, creating more demand for housing. According to a recent survey by the association, 60% of respondents said their customers would continue to invest in realty properties if interest rates keep falling, but with a risk-averse rather than a risk-taking stance. In the third quarter, around 6,000 deals were reached across the country, 1.5 times the number in the second quarter and 2 times the level in the first quarter, indicating a fast recovery in the sector.
And that is all for today on BPTV News. Once again, thanks for your watching and goodbye for now.